Convicted murderer Drew Peterson is currently serving a 78-year sentence in federal prison. The former Illinois police officer who infamously screamed in court over his sentencing for the murder of his wife Stacy made headlines in 2007 when Stacy vanished. To this day, no one has been able to find her, but in the search for her, authorities also began to delve deeper into her husband's past, and not just regarding Stacy's disappearance. Peterson was already under suspicion in the death of a previous wife. A few years earlier, Peterson's ex-wife Kathleen Savio was said to have drowned in her bathtub, which had no water in it when she was found. Her death was ruled an accident, but Stacy's disappearance renewed interest in what might have really happened to Savio. Savio and Peterson got married in 1992 and divorced in 2003. That year, he got remarried to a 19-year-old named Stacy Kales, a young woman the then 49-year-old Peterson started dating when she was 16, according to ABC News. Together, the couple had 2 children. In 2004, Savio was found dead in the bathtub of her home, according to CNN. At the time, investigators didn't suspect Peterson of being involved, and he also denied having anything to do with her death. Not long after, Stacy began caring for Peterson's 2 sons with Savio, and they became a family of 6. But the couple was also going through a rough patch. According to an interview with ABC News, Stacy's sister said that the children were the only reason she decided to stay in her marriage. Cassandra Kales told a reporter, "They were the whole reason she stayed in that relationship. All she cared about was those kids."
She would never leave her kids.
Peterson reportedly would not allow Stacy to have any friends, and he was said to be verbally abusive and controlling. A few years passed, and Stacy was reported missing in 2007. This led investigators to revisit the cause of Savio's death. In 2008, her body was exhumed and her death ruled a homicide. Not only was Peterson now considered the main suspect in his wife's disappearance, he was also the main suspect in his ex-wife's death. In 2009, he was finally charged for Savio's death. The state's 2012 case against Drew Peterson for Kathleen Savio's murder ended in a guilty verdict, and he was sentenced to 38 years in prison. Not long after being found responsible for Savio's death, the prosecution was also preparing to investigate what happened to Stacy. But the case against Peterson led to a murder-for-hire plot. Peterson set his eyes on prosecutor James Glasgow, the man who helped bring the case to convict him. Glasgow was also heading the investigation into what happened to Stacy, so Peterson tried to order a hit against him to impede the investigation, but he was caught on tape talking to an informant, NBC Chicago reported. In 2015, Peterson was charged for the plot, and he stood trial the following year. Already serving 38 years, Peterson was convicted and sentenced to another 40 years in 2016, according to the Chicago Tribune. So where is he now?
This 40-year sentence makes it nearly certain Drew Peterson will die in jail.
Last year, Peterson tried to appeal his conviction, but his appeal was denied. He was initially serving his sentence at the Menard Correctional Center in Illinois, but had to be moved across state lines to a prison facility in Indiana in 2017, CBS Chicago reported. In 2019, he had to be moved again after a prison fight and transferred to an undisclosed facility located outside of the state of Illinois. That location has been kept a secret since. Peterson's information has been removed from the state's inmate search for, quote, safety and security purposes. His missing wife, Stacy, has never been found, and no charges have yet been brought against him for her death. Stacy has long been presumed dead, and Peterson maintains he doesn't know where she is, but at any point in time, State's Attorney James Glasgow can bring new charges against him for Stacy's disappearance, and if that happens, Peterson could possibly face a 3rd conviction. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more grunge videos about true crime are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.